Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Malakai Makaisson campaign. We need to start off by cruelly crushing Groth the Cruel. And yes, the bad pun was intended. That's how you know you're on my channel. I will see you on the battlefield. Alright, we are on the battlefield. It takes, I think, 20 seconds. Yeah, for dig in. So we're going to let that process begin. And as it completes, which it will in another 10 seconds here, it will increase the range of our organ guns rather substantially, I think, if I remember right. And they have a couple of hell cannons. That's going to be somewhat problematic because hell cannons have excellent range. Yeah, you can see my organ guns just increased in range, and it was a pretty substantial increase. I think it puts them, yeah, they're up at 420. Which means that we're very close to the range of a hell cannon now. What I don't want, though, is for the hell cannons to get first shots because my infantry's out in front. So I'm actually going to back up real quick. I'm going to force the hell cannons to come into range and force their infantry to come into range first. And then I will return fire on their own stuff. But there we go. So we have 440 and 420 range on our artillery, respectively. And organ guns, of course, do some pretty severe damage to infantry-type targets. We'll move our line back up here in just a minute. I might actually... Oh, I forgot my leaders. I left them deployed behind my line. Whoops. I was about to forget them for the battle. That's HeirofCarthage for you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I think you're all used to that with me by this point. We are almost in range on those hell cannons. They are... It's just slightly less range than my own cannons, and either my cannon or the organ gun, I think either one would do well against a hell cannon crew. I'm gonna go ahead and open fire there. We're gonna let my organ guns continue to shred here. In fact, I might start taking some shots at those flyers and let my cannon clear out. I'm gonna pick all this infantry and move it back forward. The hell cannons are going to be in range. Oh boy, we devastated that one with the first savage volley there off of our own cannon. That was really quite nice. We're doing a little bit of damage to their flyers, not much. I do have some very capable units in terms of killing those. I moved up my slayers and I didn't mean to. I'm going to pull those back. There we go. Alright, the hell cannon's firing away, and it's firing at my my thunder barge, which is actually pretty okay with me. It's not like great, like I don't want my thunder barge killed, but it's kind of okay. I'm gonna actually tell my iron breakers they never fire at will, and all of a sudden they decided to fire at will. Alright, we got rid of one of the flyers here. Start targeting the other. I'm going to start going for fire glaives, and I'm going to switch hell cannons because we destroyed the gun on one of them. I got giant slayers. We're going to have to intercept these renders here. Our slayer pirates are actually coming in pretty handy here. Help us take out that Kadai Fireborn. And let's start chucking some blasting charges into that, and I'm gonna bring my Doom Seekers up into this. My Thunder Barge needs to come forward, but we do have to respect those fire glaives. They are very, very deadly. Yeah, the Slayer Pirates did great at helping me clear out those monsters that came in on the flank. That was really quite useful. Okay, let's chuck those. Gonna move in for some more action here. Let's see if we can debuff anything. I don't know if I got the right target clicked up in there. And I think we KO'd the other hell cannon. Let's hit more fire glaives. They are shredding my thunder barge right now. We just got the heals on it. I'm gonna send my slayers out here to threaten those fire glaives. We have put a pretty significant hurt on the fire glaives at this point, and their army is starting to fracture. So things looking good for us. I like this. Organ guns are very, very viable at this point. In fact, they, in some ways, are better than cannons. I wouldn't mind just having 3 of them in some of these armies. Someone's fighting to the death over here. There it goes. We got it. It may have been a Kadai Fireborn or something like that, but there we go. Good victory. All right, well, that was definitely a slaughter, and the organ guns did absolutely fantastic. The 4 performance organ gun went for 2,091 gold value, and the other one went for 4746. The cannon picked up huge value. I'm surprised that the Thunder Barge got that much. It may have been that spear we got off at the last second. But really good performance out of a lot of my units there. I actually really appreciated the way the Slayer Pirates did there as well. Helping to shoot those large entities that were taking on the first line. So all in all, worked out pretty well. So our push into the evil Dawi there underway. We have... Did we kill all of the champions? I think we did. Just make sure what that mission was. Yeah, I think it was, well, it says get kills with the organ gun, kill 5,000 enemies, kill the champion. Oh, we still got the champion of Corn, right? Yeah, no, Nurgle. We have the champion of Nurgle, who has not yet been killed. And it looks like we are, oh my goodness. That is, it's like Uncle for Uncle brought the whole gang. That is so many unclean ones. I mean, that is disgustingly unclean. Fortunately for me, I have some units that are going to be fairly effective against that, like these giant slayers, the cannons, the gyro bombers ought to be pretty decent against it as well. And then we have a demon slayer. So here we go. Let's go take out the Nurgle champion and finish cleansing this filth. We can actually fight this adventure battle on this episode as well. So let's go ahead and kick into this one. All right, got the battle started. We need to use our Spear of Grungni. There's clearly plenty of targets. Our Air Force is going to be the target of a lot of those Soul Grinders. I don't know how effective those Soul Grinders will be against my Air Force, and I guess we'll find out here shortly. I'm more worried about the Gyro Bombers than I am the Spirit of Grungni, but we've seen that the Spirit of Grungni, or sorry, it's not the Spirit of Grungni, the Thunder Barge can be quite effective against certain flying, or certain large targets, I should say, not flying targets. We've got the Nurgle Herald coming after us here. I'm going to turn around and shoot him with one gyro bomber to slow him, because that'll give us, yeah, there we go. And let's just kind of keep this up, see if we can come up alongside him. I'm going to, yeah, there we go. We're going to hammer him with these gyro bombers. They have the suppressed ammunition, so it's gonna affect speed, and we found the one that he's going after, which is right here. He can't quite catch it, so I'm gonna kind of keep running him in circles. Let's take our, sorry, I'm gonna slow it down for a second because I'm busy spending all my, I'm gonna start taking on it. I'm gonna put these guys into a shield wall stance. Okay. The Nurgle Herald has kind of just locked onto the Thunder Barge at this point. It's about to die. He's crumbling. Let's give him one more shot here. There we go. The Gyro Bombers were actually very effective against that Herald. I'm going to just line up and get ready to shoot these great unclean ones. Kind of bring the Thunder Barge right up on them too. We have Bugman's Rangers. And then we have our Demon Slayer. Let's send the Demon Slayer out a little bit ahead to go pick a fight. I kept my Engineer back. He can help snipe at stuff. Ooh, yuck. That's all the great unclean ones, I think, doing all that nonsense. All right, the cannon is certainly helping us here. Okay, you guys done yet? Like, I don't need all that filth. Oh, man. Our Demon Slayer is struggling because he's up against 2 great unclean ones. That is going to be a bad day for pretty much anybody. But, I mean, he is a Slayer. That's what Slayers do. They prepare themselves to fulfill the Slayer oaths. And I expect nothing less. I'm going to get my Giant Slayers engaged because, again, they have sworn those same oaths. And I'm actually going to turn my cannons on those Soul Grinders real quick. The Demon Slayer has taken a beating out here, but lived up to his name. Alright, I'm going to keep the Thunder Barge kind of parked right here. And my Gyro Bombers, let's keep them on target. Things are looking very good. The Giant Slayers kind of helping me clear these guys out. Bugman's Rangers also very effective against the fairly low armor of Great Unclean Ones. Thunderbarge has actually been pretty effective here as well. Whenever those things die, they explode into a pile of Nurglings. Let you all see that here. I know it's painful to have to see Great Unclean Ones up close, but at least I'm letting you see them get destroyed. There they are. You can see the Nurglings popping out everywhere. All right, let's get our cannons. Yep, we just finished a Soul Grinder. Let's finish another Soul Grinder. I'm gonna fly my gyros out there to help finish this up too. And our Giant Slayer had his work cut out for him today, or Demon Slayer, I should say. He's had a successful battle. These Soul Grinders are crumbling. I don't expect them to last much longer. That one just gave up. I'm gonna bring my gyros over here and take a slightly flanked position to these guys. My cannons, yep, are still firing. And then the gyro bombers are gonna open up with their guns as well. Their guns are pretty effective against certain types of targets. We're just gonna help these guys crumble quicklier. Yeah, real word, I promise. There we go. Another one gone. And the final. All right, let's take a look at some of the effectiveness here. I mean, the Thunderbarge doesn't get quite as many, like, blob kills as it used to. That thing put out some damage in that fight there. That was pretty impressive. I mean, if you look at it, it did better than any of my cannons. And the cannons were firing for longer than it was, feasibly. Gyro bombers did fantastic. Again, I don't know if it's an armor thing. I'd have to look at their ammunition, remember whether they're better against low armor. But it seems like their shots all connect with those large targets, so they did very well. And then my Giant Slayers, not surprisingly, most of them did very well. And then the Demon Slayer, remember, he's in melee, though, getting knocked around, and he has to earn all of his hits up against that melee defense, right? It's different than when you're shooting something. So, again, he got some chunk value out there, which was pretty good. So, it'll be a destruction of Nurgle's champions, and we have finished another objective in that adventure. Like I said, we are kind of past being able to fight that. We finished everything, in fact. And we have the Bloodletting unlocked, which is a legendary adventure battle, and I would very much like to give that one a try. Let's see, I'm gonna move on into the Forest of Decay. So I think that means we've kind of finally cleared out our territory back here. Maybe? Maybe. I don't know, we'll find out for sure. Maybe another Beastman army is gonna spawn behind us, we'll see. Where's Malakai at? Malakai is up taking down the Druki. Here he is. I would kind of like to fight that adventure battle. Let's go check that one out. We're going to teleport. It is the legendary battle Bloodletting here. It says weeks of tinkering with the war machines and drilling the warriors to fight alongside organ guns has you primed for the bloodiest of battles. The Bloodthirster's ravaging army threatens all with its insatiable lust for all-out slaughter. But once Khorne's wretched pet falls to the barrage of your artillery, many age-old grudges born of the Bloodletter's past massacres will also finally be struck down from the Dabbaskron. And not only that, Gotrek will see that you are as great a slayer as he. Well, here we go. Let's go show Gotrek how it's done. We're going to teleport in and take on the forces of Khorne. I don't see any Bloodletters yet, or Bloodthirsters, I should say. But, I don't, maybe they just said Bloodletters, not Bloodthirsters. Let's jump in.
Put a few holes in them to get the guns calibrated, then the boss will come running. They underestimated us, bloody idiots.
He just made a dad pun. I'm proud of him.
Here we go! Let's get started!
Yeah, I'm extremely proud of Malakai for making a dad pun and calling them bloody idiots. That was fantastic. Free, like 100 points to Malakai. Whatever you need to give him. That was excellent. All right, I'm gonna put my long beards over here, kind of like this. I'll throw some hammers right here in the middle. Back up the main line with some of our Doom Seekers. They ought to be nice backup there. I can start my Thunders kind of up in front. I'll have to move them to the front, actually. Let's get those guys set to defensive stance. And Slayers, that's my Doom Slayers. That should give me decent line of sight down into either, because it's a bridge situation. I'm gonna have Gotrek and Felix hold one side, and I'll have Malakai hold the other side. And then we've got our gyros that we can apply liberally as needed, though we'll want to keep them out of the range of our... And it is corn, so there's no magic, and I'm not expecting much by way of missiles. So that should allow me to operate relatively freely here. I think we're set. Let's start the battle. I'm gonna get the Thunder Barge ready. Let's pull our Thunders up here. Get Malakai pointed down that alleyway. Oh yeah, cannons opening up with good effect here to start. Awesome. Here we go. Thunderers have already got line of sight here. Let's watch them get a volley off here. Malakai is getting some shots in. Oh yeah. Cannons ripping through some bloodletters, so the grudges definitely getting repaid here today. All right, it says their main force has arrived. I gotta keep an eye out, make sure nothing ends up behind me, because I have left my army deployed in a way that would be quite dangerous if they end up behind me. Let's use a Cinder Blast cluster bomb in here. Get him, Malakai. Let's watch him chuck the cluster bomb. On, feed it to him. There we go. Heck yeah. All right, those bloodletters are in rough shape. Let's let Gotrek and Felix dive in here into some Chaos Warriors. I'm sure Gotrek wouldn't mind them just spraying bullets into that fight while he's there, because he is a Slayer. It looks like their Herald here is rolling up. That's Doom breed, and he must not have been bred to be very intelligent, because he is heading straight into a line of Thunderers and paying a pretty stiff price for his poor decisions. But I guess all he wants is skulls and blood, and it shows, because that dude was not brilliant. And look at Gotrek and Felix. They made a blob here, and then the blob is just getting absolutely crushed. The Spirit of Grungni here, I'm going to go ahead and send it way down there just so we can start laying waste to those forces. And then it looks like we got a Soul Grinder inbound here as well. It's taking some pretty harsh thunder fire. Spirit of Grungni is in a target-rich environment now. I'm going to let it just kind of do its thing. Airship 1 has just kind of been taking pot shots at this fight with Gotrek and Felix. Look like that other Herald has kind of snuck through us here. He took a big fat face full of fire there. I'm going to bring the giant Slayers over and pay him a visit. I'm going to just pull my Thunderers back out to get ready to keep shooting. Oh boy, yeah, we're getting some severe damage in at this point. I might have Malakai come in here and hold up these bloodletters for as long as he can. Could be a little risky because he is really not a mammoth in melee, but the longer he can hold them, the more shots I can get with my Thunderers and really kind of just get the best of this situation. All right, I've got Airship 1 and the Spirit of Grungni descending on these Chaos Warriors, and then they also have to get past Gotrek and Felix, so best of luck to you. You're going to need it. The Bloodletters made it through. I'm going to send my Doom Seekers in to greet them. If there's anybody who wants blood more than a Bloodletter, it would probably be a Doom Seeker, I'm assuming. Of course, they want it for the sake of settling grudges. Countercharge some of these. Get the hammers to start splitting some skulls. We'll get some split skulls for the Skull Throne. We got a Herald or a Chaos Lord, or yeah, it's Chaos Lord on a chariot coming back after us. He is just about had it though. He's in rough shape. It says more of them come. Bring it. Bring what you will. As long as they don't come from behind me, then I'm really feeling unconcerned. Oh yeah, that was effective, very effective. Man, how's this guy still alive? Like someone want to shoot him? This annoying Chaos Lord got right on top of my Thunderers and is just crushing them because they won't disengage from him. I got the Slayer Pirates out here though and pumped his guts full of lead. That's gonna be the end of that Chaos Lord. Oh boy, yeah, Bloodthirsters. I'm gonna actually draw them back a little closer here. Again, fortunately, the Thunder Barges actually can dish some pretty distinct damage here. I didn't get, if I would have seen them in time, I could have used the spear ability. I'm gonna actually Thunder Burn these real quick and get back to cover. All right, there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna Thunder Burn those away, pull the enemies back into range. All right, here we go. And we've got a couple of Bloodthirsters coming in. We just want to pull these units back. I like them chasing my guys up and over. That's pretty funny. I'm gonna turn around. We got rid of the Chaos Furies. Gotrek and Felix are still kind of holding the line. Okay, at this point, the Bloodthirsters have been distracted, and they're going to land right next to a bunch of giant slayers. That was probably not the brightest move they've ever made, but it probably will be the last move they ever make. I'm going to try and spear the Exalted Bloodthirster out here. Ooh, man, my Slayer Pirates are taking a beating. I think it's actually from my own flame cannons coming off of those Thunder Barges. The flame cannons are pretty brutal when it comes to friendly fire. I'm gonna try and maneuver to where the flame cannon won't shoot in there. Ay, careful. Yeah, I got my Slayer Pirates out of the way. My giant Slayers are still in there. Now we've got a Corn Mower on top of us in here. I'm gonna send the Doom Seekers out after that. I'm try and save my... Yeah, we've won on one side. The Exalted Bloodthirster got savaged by the spears, and I believe Gotrek. I haven't even used their abilities out here. Wow. No, it was Felix. Felix savaged the Bloodthirster. That's funny. But he also got speared. I'm quite certain he was speared, which definitely does not feel good. All right, so we're going to take down another giant demon. We've got a Chaos War Shrine headed in. Wow, there is. All right, the Exalted Bloodthirster, I believe, is our last major target here. Let's see if we can get a broadside of Grudge Raker fire into him here. There he goes. And that is going to gain us a victory. I guess they keep coming until you make that defeat. That was a pretty cool battle. I like that one. Nice thematic map. Cool setting with the choke point. Great place to showcase some of the dwarves' key units there. All right, well, that was an interesting battle. I mean, look at the gold value. I mean, I've been kind of bashing on the Thunder Barges, saying that they don't get the damage they used to, and they clearly don't have the blob killing capability against infantry that they used to. At least not in such a short amount of time, but they are apparently still extremely effective against large targets, which is interesting. I wouldn't have imagined that, but that one got a tremendous value there. Felix and Gotrek both did very well in their fights. And then I was going to take a look. Some of our, these giant slayers, or sorry, the Slayer Pirates got a few good shots. Doom Seekers, I mean, they went up against cheap stock. I forgot to even use my gyrocopters, but I mean, look at the cannons. Cannons got an absolute killing there. That was amazing. And then the Thunderers, of course, really laying some waste there. Over 3,000 gold value each. So a very solid performance for us. And the adventure was complete, the Bloodletting. And so let's go check out another adventure. If we go to Malakai's Adventures, where do we do the Malakai's Adventures? Up here? Yeah, up here. So we fought the big Skaven battle too, it looks like, apparently. What is this one? Adventure updated. Okay, we've seen it. Yeah, so we only have two adventures left. We've got the Anger of the Forest and Vampire Slayer. And Vampire Slayer, we still need to complete just a couple of things. We need to get 5 battles against the Counts. We have to defeat one of these two, or fight these 2 armies, or we have to win or fight 4 battles with some vampiric corruption. And there's not a lot of vampires around right now, except for the ones standing around my territory that unfortunately I'm not allowed to fight unless this rebuild allows it. So that one's kind of on hold. Let's take a look at Anger of the Forest. It's going to improve our flame cannons, which gives them dig in, and that honestly would be pretty cool too, because it means flame cannons could reach out a whole lot further. They are a lot different than they used to be anyway, but it gives them, you know, improved fire rate and all kinds of nice buffs. So we might as well start this adventure, because I would like to complete all the adventures, and these are the only 2 that we lack at this point. So we might as well start that one, so we're at least working towards it. That was pretty cool. I have to admit, like that was fun. These adventure battles are a nice touch, I think, for CA to have added in this last update. I like it. I think it's definitely nice. Let's start getting the trade goods. We are making bank. I mean, just absolute bank. That is a lot of black arcs, and they have a small... No, it's another black arc. Okay, Harganeth. They are going to go try and get behind me back here at Nagrar. It's not going to be heavily enough defended to hold back a big Druchii onslaught like we're about to receive, so I am going to take Thorgrim and kind of double back fast here. It's going to leave our front line open. We have to kind of finish this area up in the north. I really could use another army over here right now, and I think I might start... It's a long ways off, but I might just start forcing this guy that direction and give us another army. We just need something. All right, let's go take a look at some of our other armies. We finished off Clan Moors, and we were pushing to the east. Technically, if we want to get like the ultimate campaign victory, we have to kill Clan Eshin, which remains to be completed. Then what else was it that we were... Oh, and Clan Scryer. And we have yet to defeat Clan Scryer entirely, though we did deal them a defeat, and we're kind of busy recuperating from that at the moment. Let's take a look. Grombrindle picks up a skill point. He is at level 49, which means he only has 1 more skill level. Global recruitment capacity. That could be handy, honestly. I don't see anything else that would just be absolutely necessary. Let's do the White Dwarf's Call. I'm going to take a look through here for skill points. We always have them because we just have so many armies, like spanning pretty much the entire globe at this point. And let's take a look here. Dragon Slayer. And the ability to better replenish troops. Rune of Grimnir is usually a good one. Requisitions, Zufbar, 42 pounders. More skill points. Get our Dragon Slayer, Big Game Slayer. And then... let's go Distinguished Slayer. There we go. I get all those special points. Zephyr, 42 pounders, Rune of Grimnir, Requisition. Let's see here. Another Dwarf Lord. Rally there. Triangulation. Alright, took care of the skill points. Didn't take that long. Now we just need to move more of our armies. I expect that we're going to be at war with the ogres again quite soon. And I had kind of started moving these armies to get into position. So whenever that war does start, and it will start soon enough, that we'll be ready essentially. This is all ogre territory down here. This is our territory. I'm going to move that way.
How can I help?
About half wondering whether I should just kick that war off, or I wonder how likely they are to fight against me. I don't know for certain. Let's go see what we were doing down in the south too. Thorek had kind of finally cleared out Tzeentch down here, but Tzeentch has some holdings further north that we were about to go attack. In fact, it looks like Sartorial, the Everwatcher, is trying to get away from me over here. I'm going to move over and see whether we can pick him up on like an underway interception or something. I don't know whether it'll work. And we're still replenishing with this army. I'm going to actually leave that army put for this turn and see how they do. Grombrindle, I don't really know what to do with him. I'm just going to move him a little bit just to get that message to go away. Check out all the rest of our lords that haven't moved this turn. Ungrim is now into position to start caving in on the Chaos Dwarves. Now remember, we were just punching these guys in the face so that we can get through to the other Chaos Dwarf faction, which is actually the one declared war on us. And someone mentioned that Ungrim's army only has 19 units in it. It has 20 now. I must have noticed that on the last episode, but thank you for calling that out. If I see one, or if you all see one, let me know so that we don't continue to miss those. There are 2 enemy armies in front of me here.
My anger burns bright. Fight!
It says that I'm gonna lose this. I don't think so, though. Yeah, I don't see that. Let me see what the map looks like. Maybe the map makes more of a difference. No, it does not. That map's perfectly acceptable. Let's kill these guys. Weird one. They actually were sending the reinforcements from behind me, so I decided to take up a position perpendicular to the direction that they would have normally deployed me in. It puts this little mine shaft over here on my right hand, gives me protection from this army. That army does not have an artillery piece, so I don't really have to worry about them bombarding me from that direction. And if they wait on the reinforcements are going to be fully in range of my artillery. The only real downside being that there is a forest here that will give them, presumably speaking, a little bit of cover. In fact, I may go ahead and shift these artillery just a little bit to my left here real quick prior to those reinforcements arriving. But that's going to trigger dig in to have to restart. That was kind of a mistake. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see whether it ends up being any better or not. My cannons will have range immediately. That also means that we should have a hell cannon coming on somewhere over here. I'll want to target that immediately. Dig in is 15 seconds away, and then we'll be able to get even more fire on these guys. Let's keep an eye out for hell cannons. I'm pretty certain I saw hell cannons as reinforcements. 5-4, so we're about to open up with the organ guns as well. Our cannons are shredding these guys because of the angle. Our Zufbar 42-pounders ought to do well here, too. We've got launched gyrocopters. I've never seen that before, but I'm going to do it. That might be a new ability. Oh, yeah, the organ guns have opened up. We are doing just unbelievable damage at this point. All right, did some gyro bombing there. Our artillery is just savaging this Chaos Dwarf formation because of the angle. It's like shooting into a column, essentially, because of the angle that they have there. That is fantastic for us. It is terrible for them. They summon Gyrocopter. I honestly think I'm just going to run Goonie circles around and kind of just blob these guys up and make issues for them. Yeah, my own artillery is just waylaying the enemy here. I'm gonna stop targeting the flying stuff, though. Normally that would be my first target, but these units that are kind of in a column formation moving away from us, I want to just pelt them with artillery because we're getting tremendous numbers of kills. I mean, look at the cannon there. Even all of them getting just tons of kills. The angle is just too perfect. There we go. We've got more blunderbusses and stuff we're gonna hit. They're going over to position with each other, but eventually they're gonna have to come fight me regardless. So, like I said, I'm just gonna put the hurt on them. They've still got the hell cannon that's yet to come on. Oh my gosh, man, we absolutely ripped these guys. That is fantastic. I would expect we're going to see these other units come on here any moment. We just have to route a couple more. There's Astrogoth. Made it through there. Look at that. 489 kills on one organ gun, 190 on another, 117 kills on the cannon. They got absolutely savaged by my artillery. I think that forest is probably blocking some of our shots now. It is. That's probably why we haven't been as effective here. Yep, you can see the forest cutting down about half of our shots, probably. Here comes a Kadai Fireborn. That Fireborn is going to come under fire. It's a redundant way to say it, but the truth nonetheless. All right. I'm just going to let them fire away here. All of these units that we kill, it'll just make our job easier. I'm going to have to wait and see how they come at me, though, from across the map, because my artillery's not going to be in the best position to harm them. Oh, I didn't have my guys on defense. That was a mistake. I probably could have killed that Kadai entirely if I had paid better attention there. So they got a lot of flyers. See a Lamasu, 2 Bale Taurus. And they've got another Bale Taurus. And then a Great Taurus. And then the Demon Smith Sorcerer that's sitting on a Taurus. I mean, they got flyers. They definitely got flyers. I'm gonna go try and spear one of their flyers, and then I'm thinking about how I want to position my artillery here. If they send their army back through this way, it'd be great, but if they start to come this way, we're gonna be in a bit of a pickle. And if they come at me from both ways, that could create a problem for me as well. Just gonna have to keep an eye on this situation. I don't have a great line of fire from here. I would like to trigger that Hell Cannon to come on so I can just KO it, but in order to do that, we have to force one more unit off the battlefield. It looks like they have one that's shattered, and presumably when that one exits the battlefield, the Hell Cannon is going to enter the battlefield. We've had a lot of misses with the spear, so I guess we can hope for luck here. Where did their Demon Smith Sorcerer go? That was, oh, here he is. No, that's just the Bale Taurus. Here he is, right there. He's already a little bit weak. I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, try and get into spear range. Our airship already took its repair because of the way that this worked out. I could reposition a little further over here, try and get my artillery into a better firing position, but it is a long walk. If I start it now, though, it might pay off. Let's get our hammers. Kind of back those guys up. Have some giant slayers to kind of shore up those flanks. Let's move these guys out front. And Slayer Pirates, something like that. Oh yeah, we hit the Demon Smith Sorcerer. So, good news there. I don't know how far outside of flame cannon range that I am. Okay, there's the last. Oh crap! And sure enough, it's gonna come on right when I was repositioning. I'm gonna actually just chase it down with the Slayer. It's probably gonna get a shot or two on me, unfortunately, because I was repositioning my artillery. They had a unit exit the battlefield at a very inopportune moment for me. Oh, it fired at my Thunder Barge. It'll probably hit it, and that'll probably hurt, but I'm kind of glad it didn't hit my infantry while it was black. Actually, it didn't hurt that much at all. Fantastic. And my giant slayers have now closed the distance. It may get, yep, one more shot. That's going to be that should be the final shot that cannon gets. And minimal damage there. Our spear is going to be ready in 50 seconds. And this is actually good that we moved, because I now do have a much better killing field set up for my artillery. But I do need to move it a little bit further still to kind of get this ideal corridor here. I don't quite own this all the way to the flank here. Might set up my Slayer Pirates right there. We got rid of the Hell Cannon, and then we'll just cover. I want to try and control that bottleneck there. I don't believe they have any other artillery. I attacked them, so they may still be sitting thinking that they have the initiative here. Let's give them another spear and kill their demon smith. And if we kill their demon smith, that means they won't have any magics to use against me with him. I do believe Astrogoth. I think he's a sorcerer too. I can't remember right. One of them is, at least, I think. So let's go ahead and spear that demon smith sorcerer. See whether we get the sniper kill here. Here it comes. Oh yeah. All right, that is one less demon smith in this world, and I don't think that's gonna really upset anybody. I mean, if they're gonna sit on their butt, I'm gonna go ahead and move forward and just take control of this a little bit nicer here. What I don't want to do is start moving and then have them move forward on me and catch me where I don't have as much time to shoot. I was hoping that the loss of some of their units and all that artillery fire would convince them that sitting still is really rather foolish. And honestly, it is kind of foolish, but I attacked them, so they're going to be set to kind of a defensive thing here, but you would think that CA could get these things programmed to understand that they are at a distinct range disadvantage here. I'm going to still kind of take my time and line this one up. I might fast forward a little bit for the moment, though. And yeah, things look good. I'm going to take everything except the RD. I'm going to push forward again a little bit more to like right here. And then let's push my artillery up here as well. Yeah, now we got a good clean firing lane here. I think I'll even be in range. And I don't really have a flank to leave open here per se. So let's see what happens here. Yep, all right, my cannon's in range. This is gonna force their move. And we should be digging in with our other infantry, or our other artillery, the dig in. Yep, there it goes. They are now dug in. And my organ guns are in range as well. I'm gonna start reloading ammo on the organ guns. I think that one was still moving. No? Just, they weren't quite in range. It was sitting just outside of their range. All right. That will certainly have their attention. And they can't just sit back and take this. They're starting to already move with their flyers. I might try and go get the attention of those flyers with my Thunder Barge, see if I can lure them back in. My artillery is going to do gruesome damage if they sit back at range for much longer. And I'm going to start targeting fire glaives with my artillery. Fire glaives are dangerous units for my Air Force. No, they're trying to go clean around me here. I think I'm just going to actually pull these units back to protect me like this. Get a little bit farther back off that flank. All right, yep, so we are busy taking a chunk out of the fire glaives. Again, effective fire. Let's get our restock, and I'm going to restock another organ gun. I'm thinking actually about focus firing Astrogoth here. If we could kill him, that's going to hurt pretty badly for our enemies here. They've got another leader here, which is... what is that? It's a sorcerer. Fire sorcerer. I'm not particularly worried about magic. I mean, we're fairly immune to magic. Boy, man, Astrogoth is tough. He is getting hammered by some extremely solid artillery here, and it is not killing him near as quickly as it would others. There, he finally took a good shot. That must have been my cannon ripping into him finally. I think I'm going to put that hammer right here and then back up Slayer Pirates a little bit more like that. Hammer is a little bit more solid of a unit to have up front. All right, Astrogoth now really getting savaged by that artillery, and I'm going to target that Sorcerer Prophet next as soon as we KO Astrogoth. I'm going to try and go for the jugular here on the leadership. All All right, that should be the end of Astrogoth. If we hit him hard, one more volley. He's shattered, but I want him dead. Yep, all right. Now target the Sorcerer Prophet. We've got fire glaives in range of us. I do have some shields and stuff there, though, so we're going to be somewhat resilient there. Somewhat resilient. I'm going to back up with that engineer. He doesn't really have the fortitude to stay in that fight for a real long time. All right, their Sorcerer Prophet of Fire is starting to take hits from the artillery. And here comes the flyers dive bombing their way in. My engineer is in a bad place right now. Let's get that Dragon Slayer to assist him, and let's see if we can get our engineer back to safety. Our Lord ended up duking it out with the Lamasu here. I'm going to slow it down. Send some Doom Seekers in there to pay him a visit. And where did those other flyers get to? Okay, they are trying to come all the way back around behind me. I left a unit back here. Slayer unit, I guess, that got engaged with one earlier. I'm not 100% certain what happened back there. Their Sorcerer Prophet just bought the farm, or at least about to. There he goes. He's dead. I think the morale is going to be rather poor for the Chaos Dwarves from here on out. I'm going to switch over to Grape Shot and start feeding it to Chaos Dwarves here. All right, they've got one last flyer coming in. Let's keep an eye on it with our Thunder Barge. It's gonna dive bomb my hammers. The AI likes to go after expensive infantry units. That is definitely one of their MOs. All right, there we go. Start putting some fire back into those fire glaives. They did not get any of my heroes, though they tried pretty hard, and I'm gonna restock some more ammo there. Boost our attack. So it said we were going to lose this fight, and we won this rather convincingly, in my opinion. It wasn't particularly close. I'm going to have my artillery pick those Taurus in the keister a little bit on the way out of here. There we go. I'm going to actually Thunderburn here and see if I can catch up. I don't want to get my Thunder Barge too damaged, but I'm hoping maybe I can... Yeah, nah, we're not going to be able to keep up here. I'm just going to quit wasting hit points here. What do they got there? A Demon Smith. So they got another Demon Smith there. Fortunately, it does not look like I'm going to be able to kill off their two Taurus units, but we can murder this Demon Smith. So... let's go check out Mr. Smith here. Got a tower in my way. I can't get down here. And oof, he's got a tower in his way now too. He is getting absolutely savaged here. Those organ guns. That hurts. Yeah, he is not enjoying life right now. It doesn't look like the organ guns are super effective against those smaller targets. I actually think the cannon hits them a little harder, but the slightly larger target... Oh, he's going to get in behind that tower now, actually, and get some... He's going to get some much-needed cover there. But, yeah, as he runs and that tower no longer blocks his path, he's going to start taking more hits. Just going to let my... Oh, I've got my Rangers here. Warlords with great weapons. They almost looked like they had fire at will, or fire whilst moving. Now that'd be a cool feature on Bugman's Rangers, right? Fire whilst moving. Okay, there we go. We got the Demon Smith. I'll tell you what. I don't know if I've ever seen this type of gold value on a unit before. That is 12,349 gold value. Just gonna screenshot that one so I can prove it later. That is insane. Absolutely insane. We crushed the Servants of the Conclave there. Absolutely crushing defeat. It put me into an underway stance? Why are we in an underway stance? I can't attack in an underway stance, can I? Oh, maybe they attack I don't know. I thought I attacked them there, so I'm really confused why I'm in an underway stance there.
Can I help you?
Whatever. We'll figure it out. But I'm going to be pretty much out of time for this episode. I'm going to need to leave it off here, but I'll go ahead and take care of a few more skill point upgrades here while we are at it.
Restless.
Specialist looks like we're working on.
What do you want?
What do I want? There we go. There we go.
Lord of Clan Morgrim.
So far, 2 pounders, ancestral badge, runic Grimnir, all that good stuff. All right, well, we made good progress here in the east in terms of pushing back. We completed one of our adventures. I would like to have all of these completed. I don't know how much longer I'm going to do this campaign, though, because I don't want to drag it on in perpetuity. I mean, we have obviously become dominant here, and there's no question about who's in control of the campaign map. It is us. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next episode. HeirofCarthage signing out.